Welcome back to the Community Review on Hot 92.3. I'm host Alpha Salinas, your host. Everybody knows that I love books, number one. But more than that, I absolutely love taking good care of my body and try to encourage all of you to do so. And we've spent the entire year just trying all kinds of different avenues and ways to make yourself feel better and work better and live better. And I tell you what, there's some people who think very highly of this next speaker here. Matthew McConaughey says, I thought my lower back would be my Achilles heel forever. Foundation training took that thought out of the equation. I feel strong and flexible, and my posture is better than it's ever been. The stuff is just plain good for you, and if we've ever seen his back, we know it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Anyway, on the phone with us, the person, I guess, kind of responsible for all this, Dr. Eric Goodman, and his book, Foundation. Refine your core, conquer back pain, and move with confidence. Good morning, Dr. Goodman.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to have you here. And I tell you, I couldn't agree with you more that your core, especially as you get older, is so incredibly important to everything, your posture, how you carry yourself, everything. But why is it the thing that people always forget? It seems like they forget that whole midsection of their body.
They do, and it's not so much that they forget it all the time as they are looking at it a little bit wrong. They're looking at the front of their body just entirely too much. And obviously it's what we see in the mirror. It's really what defines us is the front of us. And what we do is we take a look at the back of your body. There's a certain pattern that your body is designed to move, and in order for that pattern to work as well as possible, you have to put more emphasis on the back of the body than you do on the front of the body. And this is basically what we teach everybody we work with, from somebody like McConaughey to the Derek Fishers and the Lance Armstrongs and a lot of these elite athletes that even though they are such high-level athletes, such high-level performers, their bodies are completely out of balance until they start doing this work.
So let's talk about some things right away. I mean, can you tell by looking at yourself if your core needs work?
You can. I mean, there are certain discernible factors. If you're slouched forward, if your shoulders are rolled forward, if your chin is coming forward of your hips pretty far, then looks like your front of your body is probably a bit too tight and you're being literally, by your own muscles, pulled forward into this internally rotated, internally flexed position. And we try to fight that with everything we can.
So how do we begin just at home? Obviously, picking up your book is going to be a great way because I have the book. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, it's written in a way that the average person, you don't have to be a scientist to understand or an elite athlete. You write it in a way that just the average person like me can pick it up and totally understand what you want us to do.
Absolutely. We did our best. I mean, we spent a lot of time. We've put a pretty significant amount of effort into making this science, this thing that we have broken down to everybody. We want everybody to be not just understand the science of it, but understand the importance of moving properly and the importance of the theory and the idea that we do have a set movement pattern. And when we go outside of that pattern, our bodies begin to break down. And we've been outside of that pattern for quite some time now. So the place to start is learning a couple of the very basic foundation exercises that we teach you in the book. We teach you how to turn on this group of muscles called your posterior chain, and it's done through body weight postures. It's very easy to do. It's hard to learn initially, but once you get going, you can literally feel how right this is for your body. Your body will listen to you and will thank you as you begin doing these exercises.
Let's talk about a couple of things maybe somebody could do at home.
Okay, absolutely. Well, what we have, we actually just posted a ton of videos on YouTube just to get people to be able to do this as well as possible. It's literally me up there teaching you how to do some of the basic exercises in the same fashion that I teach everybody. Everybody that starts with this starts in the same place. You learn the founder, you learn the lunge stretch, you learn how to do a certain type of back extension, and from there you can move forward. But if you're sitting at home, if you're sitting at your desk, just watch one of these videos, buy the book, learn the basic program first. Nobody gets to go beyond the basics until you really have them mastered. It's one of the most important parts of this program actually is you don't move forward until your body tells you it's ready to move forward.
And how do you know? What's your body going to tell you? How will you feel?
You're going to be walking around and you'll be like, I used to have this pain. I used to have that pain. It's just not there anymore. And you'll try to find it. You're like, maybe I found it. And then you figure out that you can put yourself into this posture and you can move in this way and the pain is no longer there. And once you have that recognition, which happens very quickly, sometimes the first day, sometimes the first week, sometimes the first month. Everybody's a little bit different. But once it happens, it happens. Your body tells you, literally by feeling, what it needs and what it's doing currently.
Why is it that as we get older that we start getting more back pain?
We're driving too much. We're sitting at desks too often. We're not putting the value on ourselves We're not putting the value on moving. Our bodies are designed to move. They are not designed to sit. They're not designed to sit with a mouse in one hand and a keyboard in the other hand and a computer screen, foot and a half in front of our face or 2 feet in front of our faces. It's not what we are structurally designed to do in nature. And as we go away from that, the longer we go away from that, the more pain we have. And it starts with the back or it starts with the knee, and it's basically a breakdown in a chain of muscles where the joints are now the joints are absorbing much more force than they're supposed to. The muscles are not absorbing nearly as much force as they're supposed to. So we reverse that ratio. We get it so that the muscles are absorbing the forces of gravity much more significantly than the joints are.
Now, is this why perhaps when we get older and let's say we've taken some time off and then we go back and start jogging again, all of a sudden our knees are aching? It could actually be the core?
You're going in prepared. You are starting a vigorous exercise, even simple jogging. The amount of forces that a simple, slow jog put on your body they're dramatic. They're significant. You are putting constant, heavy pounds of force into the ankle joints, the knee joints, the hip joints, and then ultimately the spine. And if your body is not properly prepared to muscularly absorb those forces, you break down very, very quickly.
So we should work on our core before we start any kind of jogging
Absolutely.
Or running. Okay.
We call it foundation because it truly is the foundation of proper movement. Once you get strong in these patterns, every exercise you do, it is not an alternative to other exercises, it is an accessory to benefit every other aspect of exercise you do, and really every other aspect of life that you live.
Is there any difference between how a woman's body ages and a man's body ages?
There are, but they're complex.
Okay.
Everybody is different. There are differences in how every single one of us will age. All of our bodies have their own set of, we're all made up of some form of physiology, and it's different with everybody. We're all snowflakes. Everybody's a little different.
Right. I mean, just like, with backs, a lot of us women, we have had childbirth.
Absolutely.
And
As
things
you go
like
through
that.
pregnancy, there's certain pelvic expansions that occur that lead to a faster degenerative process if they are not properly addressed. We actually address pregnancy in the Foundation book, and we talk about what these exercises do for you as you go through the pregnancy process. And there are certain exercises, if you are pregnant, that you should not do. Obviously, nothing on your belly, nothing too terribly vigorous. But what a lot of the standing postures we do will really help with is allowing those natural changes to occur without putting nearly as much damage in the joints of the body. And after pregnancy, you use these exercises to help pull everything back together. Everything is going to become much more stable, much faster if you're taking a really active role in your recovery post-pregnancy. And that's what's going to help down the long line, way down the line as you age. If you've done the proper tools now, if you set yourself up with these proper movement patterns, you will age, whether you're male, female, whether you've had kids or not had kids. It will affect that aging process very positively.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that people make in not preparing to?
I think that's the biggest mistake.
Okay.
Is not preparing. I think that we have to be very honest with ourselves with how we feel and what we're able to do. If you're not a runner, don't go try to run. Take baby steps. Learn how to walk a little bit better. Learn how to jog better. We're fortunate enough. I live in Santa Barbara. I'm in LA all the time. We have these wonderful deep sand beaches on the coast of LA. And you guys can go and just jog along the beach, get into the deep sand, and try to run 1 mile. If you can't run 1 mile in the deep sand, you certainly shouldn't be running 3 miles or 4 miles on the concrete. Your body is not physically prepared to do it.
Whew.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was going to say, I remember running at the beach. It's hard.
It's not always the news that everybody wants, but, if you want the truth, if you want to really take an active role in your own well-being and take an active role in your own positive, powerful aging process, you need to take an active role, and you need to be very honest with yourself and go forward when you're capable of going forward. And what amazes people is when you do take these small steps to help yourself and to become more physically active, what you're able to do changes so fast. I mean, you start being able to do things, it becomes limitless. If you continuously take an active role in your own well-being, you can do more than you ever thought you could do.
The one thing I love about the book is it's not just for somebody who wants to be an athlete.
Oh, no.
To walk into a room, to walk down the street with confidence, it requires a certain posture, and
Absolutely.
It requires having a sound core. To be able to pick your baby up, to be able to walk in heels, ladies, for a long period of time, in those shoes that we love, but by the time we're in them for 30 minutes, we're like, oh my God, why did I put these shoes on? If you have a stronger core, it's a whole lot easier to wear them.
Absolutely. And if you don't mind me taking a quote, just a quick statement from this guy, Dr. Tim Brown, who created a line of posture shirts called IntelliSkin, and he uses this very simple statement of stand tall. And this is one of the greatest minds in medicine, simply telling people to stand tall. And what that does to your physical confidence, your mental confidence, everything it's so powerful. If you walk into a room with confidence, you walk into a room with confidence. People will listen to you differently, respond to you differently, and certainly treat you differently.
Oh, most definitely. And I can't tell you how many young people I see walking around with their shoulders rounded and in, their heads down, because they're so used to...
You got these little kids just playing video games all day, watching TV all day. They're always on laptops. They're turning into snails. People are rolling forward at a rate that is uncomfortable.
Well, let's get them rolled back in the other direction. Dr. Eric Goodman, the book is called Foundation, Refine Your Core, Conquer Back Pain, and Move with Confidence. Whether you are an athlete or whether you just want to walk into a room and command that room with confidence, it's all about how you walk in, your posture, and how you feel about yourself. Having a strong core, that's your body right there under your shoulders and above your hips, right?
Absolutely. It's all about feeling good, and we have created something that is probably the fastest route to teaching your body to feel good. So enjoy the exercises. Take the time to learn them. This is not a fast process. Take the time. It's one of the best things you can possibly do for yourself is learn how to move. We have these videos on YouTube. We have videos on our website, and then obviously the pictures in the book really do the work justice. The book is helping a lot of people. So
Dr.
we have a lot of avenues now.
Dr. Goodman, give me your website.
The website is foundationroots.com, roots as in tree roots.
And how about that YouTube page?
The YouTube page is Do a Founder. The founder is our primary exercise that everybody has to learn, everybody.
Do a Founder. All right, I'll make sure that these links are up on my page at hot923.com, keyword Josefa, and they'll stay up there because this isn't just a little thing that you need to know now. If you may need to go back for a refresher, you may be going, oh, what is that website? You know, a couple months from now, you decide, you know what? I remember Josefa was talking about Foundation Core. What was that site again? So all of this information will stay up there. And Dr. Goodman, if you have any more information on how we can take better care of ourselves, you make sure you come back and see us.
I appreciate the time. Thank you so much for letting me share the knowledge out there.
All right,
appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too. Enjoy.
Sometimes I get to have people on my show that just absolutely make me smile from the inside out. This gentleman is one of those people coming from Cape Town, South Africa, singer, songwriter, guitarist. Sometimes his music's called R&B, sometimes it's jazz fusion, and sometimes it's just plain old get up and praise the Lord kind of music. On the phone with us, Jonathan Butler. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Absolutely fabulous. I have had the pleasure of seeing you perform so many times, and I've played your music for, oh my gosh, I've been in radio 26 years,
wow.
and at various jazz stations through those 26 years, and I've always had the honor and pleasure of playing your music.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. I really do.
Very good. Well, you're performing out there at the Thornton Winery tonight. So let's talk about that performance, what it's going to be like, and is there anybody joining you there?
Yeah, it's it's called Soul of Summer, which is a mesa and an incredible sax player, Eric Darius, a young guy from Florida. And we've been on the road with Soul of Summer this entire season. So it's my very first what I call my brand name tour that I'm on the road with. So far it's been really fun and really good. People have been really enjoying the Mesa and Eric, and it's been fun, a lot of fun.
Well, Eric is an amazing performer himself. I've had the pleasure of seeing him as well. Now,
I don't need to sweat when he's around,
This is true, definitely. And the winery, what a beautiful place to come and do that. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that setting.
I mean, it's a bit of a long drive, but when you get there, it's magical. It's beautiful. I mean, you're right in the vineyards, and the wine is amazing, and it's just the perfect setting for a summer concert, And so people can. I'm hoping that people will be ready to sing and ready to shout and make some noise,
Oh, definitely, because your music is the kind of music where you can either you've got songs that just make you sit back and go, oh, I remember that moment in my life, and then you've got songs that make you say, oh, yes, that's going to help me get to my next moment in my life.
Amen. That's how God designed it for me, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to do my next gospel record. As a matter of fact, I'm in the studio just sitting here going over songs right now, and So it's exciting, you know. At age 50, still be doing it for I don't know how many years. I've stopped counting. So, but it's you know, I'm still fired up and full of passion, and what blesses me is the fans, and you know, people just really, you know, always coming out and having a great time and leaving me some nice messages. So it's all worth it.
Very, very good. Well, you know, I have the pleasure of hosting the Sunday Gospel Brunch there at the House of Blues. So you'll have to drop by sometime and play something new for us.
I will definitely drop by. I'll make a note of that. I'll definitely drop by.
Yeah, because it's like tradition. It's been going on there for 18 years at the House of Blues.
Serious?
Yes.
Oh, man. Make some room.
Yes, the
make
Sunday.
Some room for a brother.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so again, it's the Thornton Winery happening tonight. What time does it start?
I think it's 2 sets, so it's probably like 7-ish. I think, you know.
And where can people go for more information?
You know, they can go to our website as well, my website, jonathanbutler.com, or they can actually just contact Thornton Winery, and we'll be there waiting for everybody. Soul of Summer, and it's going to be fun.
Soul of Summer. Well, Jonathan, mi casa es su casa. Whenever you want to come on back, you come back and tell us what you're up to when that new gospel record gets ready. Come back. We'll do a little interview, play a little bit of the record, and get everybody ready to raise their hands and praise that Jonathan Butler is back with some more music.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. See you tonight.
Cheers.
If you get a chance, go check out Jonathan Butler's song, Inside of You. I'm telling you, it is one of the most amazing songs I have ever heard. Stay close. There's more coming up on the Community Review Hot 92.3.